Welcome, everybody. John Zager, johnzager.com. How's everybody today? Good? I'm fooling around with the phone. I hope you don't mind that. I kind of have this stand that I use, and sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't work at all. So we're going to just take a moment and readjust this. But good morning to everybody. It's a beautiful day here on the eastern slope. It's clear. There's still remnants of smoke coming down from the fire. I think that'll be for quite a long time to come. Some days it's just completely saturated in the air down here, and that's not good. So I'm just back from the gym, and that was good. Had a great time there. Ran across a couple people that I hadn't seen in a while. Happy to do that. And I wrote 2 blogs last night. They're in Facebook. They're also in LinkedIn. They're in Twitter. But it's under my name, John Zager, right? And the heading I always use is Navigator's Handbook. So that's where you can do it. Look at that truck in the background. I'm parked on a side street as usual, and in the shade, which it looks like I'll probably get another 10 or 12 minutes of shade, and then we'll have to stop this. So it's not going to be a very long YouTube. But anyway, I wanted to talk this morning, as I talked last night at 2:30 in the morning on my blogs. I wrote 2 of them. And boy, there's a lot of trucks coming out of there, isn't there? My apologies on that. Wow. I hadn't ever parked here before to do a YouTube. But anyway, here we go. There's a lot of people in the world that are living in lack and have little to nothing. And some people talk about it, some people don't talk about it at all. And some people worry about it, some people don't worry about it at all. Some people plan and try to figure out how to get out of that. Some people don't plan at all and just let the algorithms take their course. Okay? So for me, I'm going to talk personally last night and this morning. For me, as I said last night, I can't remember the last time I lived inside of a house. I can't remember the last time I slept in a bed. To be quite honest with you, I just don't remember. And so I spend all my time outside or in my truck or wherever it happens to be, and I've learned to adjust to that. Right? And you go to, you have to get work to get some money. You have to do the Newtonian thing and try to change matter with matter. One of the ways that I attempt to do that on a regular, I attempt to do it, and I've done it in the past unsuccessfully, is work at a box store from time to time when there is no money and you need some money. Here's the problem with that. And this goes back 10, 12 years. And I'm really upset about it today. And I want to talk about it, right? So box stores look for people like me, and there's a lot of people just like me. And most everybody who works at box stores probably have little to no money. And so the box stores take advantage of you because you're desperate. Here's an example. I'll give you the most recent one. Maybe I'll give you one from a while ago. They used to pay $8, $9 an hour because they knew you were basically homeless They knew you needed money, you were desperate, you were willing to do anything you could. And here's what they do. They treat you like disrespectfully, as not a human, as not an equal to them, right? And they give you assignments that are misleading. Just do this and do this and do this and do this. And they're all the bad jobs in the store. They want you to do all the grunt work. They don't want to give you opportunities to move up. They don't want to show you there's going to be advancement. They don't give you benefits at any of these box stores in the beginning. They don't. They don't give you benefits. Well, you're temporary is what they say. You're temporary, and as time goes on, after 90 days or something, we'll look at if you're still here, then maybe we may consider some sort of benefit, right? It's terrible. They mistreat you, they disrespect you, they talk down to you, they pay you terrible, terrible, terrible wages. And they know you're gonna take it because you have no choice. You're probably out on the street. You may have a family of sorts that you have to take care of. And none of what they're offering you is going to help you as an individual or as a person with a family. It's just not going to cover the costs, right? Decaffeinated coffee. I already had my first cup of regular coffee. As you can tell, I'm pretty up. And so I got a cup of decaf. So as many attempts, and I've probably made a half dozen attempts over the last 12 years to try to work for box stores. And I was treated the same, not all one store, I'm not going to name names, but various box stores. Let's say I've worked at, I don't know, 8 of them, 6 of them. They're all different except for one I've worked a couple, two times, I guess, at before. But that's what they do. I decided to try it again 3 weeks ago, because right now I'm in dire straits to try to support myself again. And after all of the abuse on the internet with interviewing, because they can talk down to you on the internet, and then you go and you have a phone interview if you choose to have one, with the understanding that we're not going to give you an amount of money that we're going to pay you. We're not going to tell you that until you do more and more and more interviewing for us, right? So I'm on the phone and I'm talking to the person, the lady, and I'm just trying to find out, well, how much do you pay? I'm not wanting to spend a lot of time interviewing once, twice, 3, 4, 5 times before you decide to tell me, you're going to be paying me $10 an hour, because I can't work for that. And it's a shame that you would even pay somebody that. And reluctantly, she somehow leaks out that it would be in and around that amount of money, which is just totally terrible. And then they want you to start off working night shift, which I've never worked a night shift in my life, right? And then they want you to have terrible hours and work weekends and work nights and work holidays with no guarantee that you'll have a job in a month or 2 or 3. That's how you're treated just at the interview. And trust me, there's other people listening to this, maybe not, and you're treated this way all the time. Not just me, other people as well. The lady comes back with a comment that says, "You're a homeless person. You'll do anything I ask you to do." You have to work for $10 an hour because there's no other choice for you, right? I said at that point in time, I said, this probably isn't working for me and I'm going to pass. Thank you very much. And I hung up. That's how people are being treated out there right now and have been treated for quite some time. Here's one more example, kind of recent within the last, 3-4 months. I tried to get a driving job for a big company that delivers packages, right? I thought, here's another reputable big company worth bazillions of dollars, and they'll take care of their employees. Absolutely not. Used to be it paid a fairly good wage, right? For a person working matter, trying to change matter. And the company now was a couple bucks less an hour. And you work 10-hour shifts and you don't get any overtime and you don't get any benefits anymore. And you're a temporary employee that they can't guarantee you'll be still there after, 3 months. So being in the situation I'm in, after reading all that and filling out all the information, I finally said to myself, okay, I'll go for the phone interview or the interview where you actually get to go in and talk to a person. The person was so disrespectful, so unprofessional, so insulting, speaking down to me the entire time. And it went on, and she wanted me to do a series of more interviewing. There's, what do they call those things? Surveys, there's tests, there's educational training. And I, being in the situation that I'm in, I said, sure, okay, I'll do that. And I ended up spending another, short 12 hours in a series of things that they want you to do. Now, mind you, from the beginning, I might have 10, 12, 15 hours into all this interviewing stuff without any pay. And I said to her finally, we're being paid for all of this training and interviewing, yes? No. You're paying a couple dollars less an hour than you used to, yes? This is what we pay. You're not offering any benefits, is that correct? Yeah, no, we don't offer benefits anymore. And you want me to work these hours and with no assurance that I will have a job tomorrow. Yeah. We don't believe you're in a position to really say no to anything that we come up with. I said, what? We really don't feel the majority of people that come here need work. They have a family, they have themselves, they have to support themselves. So we're aware of the need for people to work, and as a result of that, right, you're going to be more willing to go through all of this abuse. She didn't say that. I'm just paraphrasing what she left unsaid, but was inferred. Okay. So it came down to there was some more, a 2-day thing I had to attend before, I'm even close to getting a job or whatever, or working, I guess. And I finally said to her, not with disrespect, but kind of, here's some information for you. And I said to her, ignorance is a choice. And I said, this is probably not going to work for me. And I hung up. And of course, she went nuts and had all kinds of people calling me, and, just terrible, terrible experience working for that big name company delivering packages. Don't ever work for them. So I'll stop. I'm at 15 minutes, way over. Okay, so here's the takeaway. Here's the takeaway. There used to be a day where you could go on Craigslist, for instance, and put out that you could do, this work, that work, and the other kind of work, and you would get calls all the time, and you'd be out working, and you'd be making, decent day money and surviving and paying for yourself and not being stuck out in the street. Those days are gone. Now on Craigslist, the owners put, what do they call those things? Day labor jobs that they need, and they offer you actually no money at all. Like $4 or $5 an hour, $6 an hour to cut down trees in their yard or whatever it happens to be. They're now in control because they realize that homeless people that are going to take them up on these jobs that they might have for a day or two are desperate. And those people are abusing the homeless people, the people that are without money. Okay, so it's gotten bad that way. For me, I've decided I ain't working for any of those box store big name companies anymore because the mistreatment is the same. If the labor department would ever investigate any of that, I'm guessing there's probably some, something that needs to be done to rectify that. Here's another comment. You have Pelosi and they had a whole list of all these Schumer and these Democrat, progressive, liberal, socialist people. And they're all worth from $100 million down to a couple million or $5 million, right? Bernie Sanders and Biden and all these people. And they will not sign that stimulus bill so that there would be another check for $1,200, which isn't enough. It needs to be $1,200 a month for at least 6 months to get people back up on their feet. I'm not a politician. I'm not an economist. But simple logic is simple logic. I'm all in favor of earning my own money, but I'm not going to go out there and work for $8, $10, $11 an hour and think that that's going to support me. That isn't going to get me gas and food. And the companies, the large companies know that, and individuals now know that. There's probably some of you people out there that fit into this category, and you realize you can take advantage of people that have nothing. My job is this. I'm going to treat everybody with as much respect as I possibly can muster. Doesn't mean I'm going to do it successfully every single time, but I'm going to try. Number 2, I'm going to go to my death. I'm going to go to my grave out here living on the streets and not wanting to. I'm going to probably die out here this winter or some winter in the near future because I'm too old to be living in the middle of sub-zero weather and blizzards. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. Here's another thing. Nobody's going to come and help me. Nobody is going to come and help me, and I know that. I don't expect anybody to ever do anything for me. So I'm going to take care of myself as I have been doing for 70 years, with or without. And when it's time to go on, I'm not going to have any regrets. God bless everybody. Take care of one another, and I'll look forward to talking to you all again real soon. Thanks a lot. See you. Bye.